Thank you, everyone, for listening yet again to the AWR podcast. It's a chilly day here in Chicago. I'm here with my buddy Brad, back again from New Orleans, but based in Chicago right now. How you doing, buddy?
I'm from Baton Rouge.
No, you're not.
I'm from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, you say
I
that.
can't lie to all the New Orleans listeners. They're going to be like, what high school did you go to?
And then what are you going to say? Oh.
Newman, because that's where the
Oh,
Newmans went.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's where I went, too, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, all right. Super Bowl is what? 3 days? We're taping this on a Wednesday afternoon. Thursday afternoon? What day is it?
It's Thursday afternoon, but
Thursday afternoon. I'm excited. I think it should be a good one, right? I mean, it should be, right?
Here's hoping. I mean,
I just
the
think,
hype going into last year? That's why I'm like tempering my expectations a little bit.
well, I'll get into that when I get into my picks, but I have a good feeling this year's might be similar to last year's.
Possibly.
I don't want to harp on it too much like we talked about earlier, but I just think it's really funny that the only thing people are talking about are the air in footballs. Like that's it. That's the only thing anybody cares about.
There's been so much to learn though about like the 13 ounces versus 11 ounces.
Yeah, like what is that? Who cares? Why is this a thing?
Also, nobody knew the rules. Because people would be like, well, didn't the balls go to both teams? Like, no, actually, offenses provide their own balls, which is crazy to me.
I agree. Why? How is the NFL not like just have a bunch of balls and like, here you go, here's what you use,
Exactly.
like that?
Well, maybe next year, Goodell.
Yeah, I'm sure. Whatever weird island that he's hiding on. Do you think it's possible he's on Lost Island, like he got no plane crash?
Charles Widmore. He is Charles Widmore.
He is Charles Widmore. I never thought about. That's great. The parallels are unbelievable. Yeah. Do you think he's got a hot daughter named Penny who's in love with a weird Scotsman?
Is he Scotch?
Yeah, he's from Scott. Yeah, he was in like the.
I've voluntarily forgotten so much information.
Voluntarily.
I've willfully forgotten so much information from that show.
You don't like. Well, this is a different topic for a different day. Let's stick with football because I'm about to hang up. Oh, this is a Lost podcast now.
We had a whole episode about Jack's tattoos. Come on, that was ridiculous.
Okay, well there is some bad. All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. I can talk. This isn't happening right now. So let's get it. Which way do you think this game's going? Like, if gun to your head, where are you leaning?
Seattle's my gut reaction for sure.
Like how gut? Like how hard?
I don't know. I also am completely biased in that I am not a Patriots fan.
Sure.
I'm an active not fan of the Patriots.
Okay.
Obviously, like my personal beliefs, I'm very much for Seattle, but also just in the way they play and the way I feel like Seattle is ready for this game more than New England is.
By ready, you mean like they're not distracted at all?
Not at all.
Not at all, right?
I
agree.
I don't think Richard Sherman can get distracted.
Well, he's a walking distraction, but the distraction is he just goes against everything everybody else says. Like, do you hear him call out Goodell and say that why do we have to talk when he doesn't have to talk?
It was beautiful. Yeah,
so
at
true.
the press conference, he's just a soundbite machine. Like
I can't.
When he yelled at Aaron Andrews about a year ago, that's when I realized I was in love.
That's when everybody also secretly got kind of racist and weird. Oh, he's so articulate.
People got outwardly racist, not secretly. The internet is not just a thing you can see, Brian.
Oh, really? I thought it was a me thing. I just think it was funny. Like, when are you ever going to hear someone be like, "Oh, that Peyton Manning, he sure is articulate. He sure says his words right."
Hopefully, I think that's. I have a dream that one day African American gentlemen will not be remarked upon by the fact that they can complete sentences.
Seriously, like
Like that shit went on with Obama, like everyone. It's like that will be a big watershed moment in racism is when we can go a year without some asshole saying that.
oh, that Richard, he went to Stanford.
Ooh.
He's super smart. Like, what are you trying to say, dude? Where are you getting at there?
So
Anyways,
calling out Goodell for watching the AFC Championship at Robert Kraft's house. That's insane.
well, I mean, that's not surprising though.
It's insane.
What? Well, that's because they're like, but they play golf together. I bet they're golfing right now in Arizona, right now.
Probably.
Guarantee. Him and the Ravens owner, I guess, they're best friends too.
They're at an Applebee's just knocking back mango margaritas. Just
It's half price apps. It's happy hour right now, right? Until 2 o'clock.
triple play.
the triple play. Speaking of triple plays, what do you see the Patriots' main, like? Do you see them going to the run thing that they were doing last week, or are they going to go with Brady throwing the ball 45 times?
Oh, they got to throw. Seattle's tougher on the run. So
Well, it's so tough because I have such a feeling that the Patriots are just going to fall apart, just like the
I hope not.
Broncos did last year.
As much as I hate them, I want it to be a decent game, and then just Seattle runs away with it in the last quarter.
Well, the thing is it seems like Seattle gets their best PEDs Super Bowl week. Like, that's when their dealer has, like, I think it's something about the January air coming through the HGH crops that really just spruces it all up a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I don't know. I think that they're going to try to do a lot of stuff, and I think the Seattle's not having any of it. I mean, with 2 weeks to prepare, I understand Belichick is Belichick, and he's great at just pointing out the weaknesses and just attacking those and attacking those.
Carroll.
But the thing is with the Seahawks is they play the same way no matter who you are.
Right.
They don't change for anybody. They say they play the same defense. They say, all right, well, beat us because we're better at it than you are.
Yes.
And another thing that's great is it's funny that the two best corners in football, Revis and Sherman, are going to be locked and stuck to Brandon LaFell and Doug Baldwin.
Yep.
They're toughest matchups all year.
Hey, Brandon LaFell, that's a tiger.
Hey.
Talking about.
Oh, God. It doesn't matter what he is. He's not.
Great.
Sure. What do you think about this? Crazy thought. The Seahawks just put Sherman on Gronk.
Oh, I don't know.
What do you think about that?
No.
Why not? Why not? Why would that be a bad idea?
Who do you think wins in that matchup?
Sherman.
I mean, he shut down Jimmy Graham twice They shut down Jimmy Graham twice last year, so I'm assuming
There you go.
that's an equivalent.
Well, the way I look at it is it's not like Doug Baldwin's beating anybody.
Right.
Either is who's the other guy they got? What's his name? Paul Richardson or something like that? Or is he the one that got hurt? Their receivers are so worthless. So why not take your best cover guy and match him up on the only guy on the Patriots that could possibly hurt you? Just put him in like as a linebacker, kind of like a hybrid linebacker in the middle of the field. Just literally just mano-y-mano on Gronk. Just line him up, cover him.
Go for it.
You know?
Pete Carroll listening to?
I talked to Pete last night. We had dinner. He was in Chicago, which was weird. I was like, "What do you do? Don't you have a game in 3 days?"
Can you imagine, just off topic right quick, could you imagine if the New York Super Bowl was this year with all the blizzard and shit? Like,
I would love it.
Absolute madness that would be going on right now.
I love it. I would love it. I would love that nobody could do anything.
It would insanity.
You know who wouldn't love it is Gronk, because then there's no smoking hot Arizona co-eds for him to post-coital with.
Is it possible for Seattle to win, but Gronk is still MVP just because he's Gronk?
Yeah, I see a way of that happening. Gronk shows pictures of the 2 weeks and all the parties that he's had, and then everybody ultimately decides, yeah, I mean, you win. You had a better 2 weeks than anybody else.
I mean, it doesn't really matter to him.
No.
Remember, the last time he lost a Super Bowl, he had like the best week of his life.
Yeah, that's right.
The pictures and videos that came out of it, you would not think that anything he played in a football game that week.
He had more fun than anybody did that day.
Like on a broken leg too.
Yeah.
Or like a broken foot.
It was like a foot thing, and he was on stage with his shirt off, like throwing bottles into the crowd.
He took his crutches and his boot to the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably worked too. He's probably like,
He
ladies,
could
listen.
Not care less.
Well, I think he cares to a point that he wants to win like during those 60 minutes, but before and after, it's he's just living the dream. It really is what it comes down to.
I think he cares in that moment. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
But
Coach,
as soon as
Coach, did we win? Like, no,
I haven't looked at the score once all game.
no, no, Bobby, no, Bobby.
No, Bobby.
And he's like,
You think Belichick calls him Bobby?
he calls him Bobbert. Bobbert Gronkowski. No,
Okay.
and then he says, okay.
Okay, Gronk smash. Did you hear his interview? It was God, I don't remember which game it was, but they were interviewing him, and Saragusa. He told Saragusa to tell him, ask him about like his getting laid tonight, and he says our offensive linemen are the ones who should be getting laid. They got those sexy bodies. They played a good job. He sounded like a caveman. He literally sounded like like a guy coach.
He is the absolute best.
He's like everything any boy wishes he could grow up to be.
And the best thing that came out of Media Day was him reading his erotica novel.
That's
to remember. Available on Amazon.
Right. Okay, hypothetical scenario.
Okay.
Scenario that I actually think is going to happen. But Monday morning, the Patriots wake up and they just got beat 55-10. They got smoked, blown out. They had no chance. The whole team was sad. Are Bill Belichick and Tom Brady the coaching quarterback of the Patriots next season? Go.
Oh, yes.
You think there's no there's no chance? That was quick. That was
For
a fast
sure.
answer.
I think for sure. Like they're going to have to be dragged off the field. Like,
okay, but like, you heard the press conferences, right? When they were doing they had to go on to talk about this football to Deflategate nonsense. Well, and Belichick basically threw Brady under the bus. He was just like, I don't know, ask Tom. I have no idea. And then Tom was like, what? What did you just say to me? And then he had to go on and answer a bunch of questions, and he was out there for like a half an hour just dodging bullets like he was freaking Scarface.
I think people are reading into that more than what
Really?
it is. I think Belichick just can't be bothered. The idea that either Belichick or Brady were back there deflating the balls, like especially Brady, like I don't think that falls under his, list of responsibilities. Just make sure you don't get deflated.
Well, I just think it's pretty funny. Like, I've never seen Brady rattled before. I mean, this guy's played in how many big games in his life?
All
And
he does is get rattled.
when is he rattled? When has he ever been rattled?
Is this a video podcast?
Well, they won't see the video, but
No.
they'll hear it.
I mean, I don't have the videos queued up, Brian, but like he gets upset all the time.
Well, no, I'm not saying not upset. I'm talking about rattled. Like his confidence is shaken. He gets upset. He's a fiery dude, but I'm talking about like during that press conference, he looked like he didn't know what to do, and he never gets into that situation. I mean, even during that Super Bowl against the Giants, when he had 5 million defensive linemen in his face every single play, he didn't look rattled. He just looked like he was afraid for his life. I mean, his confidence was shaken. He had no idea what to do during that press conference. Oh, like you said, I might be just reading too much into it.
I think you're reading too much into it.
Maybe I'm just looking for something that isn't there, but I don't know. It looked like something to me. So you're saying it was nothing?
I'm saying it was nothing.
All right. I mean, that's fair enough. Prediction time? Get in the game a little bit of game talk.
Prediction, like actual scores?
Well, just predict a little bit of the game. Like I think it's going to go a certain way. I'd like to get your thoughts first.
I
I
don't
think
know
it's
that it'll be similar to last year. I don't know. Who do you think is a stronger team? Is it the 2013 Broncos or the 2014 Pats? Who do you think?
in a vacuum, the Broncos last year
That's what I thought.
were better, I'd say. But
You say that the Pats are a more rounded team, though?
their defense is better than the Broncos'
For
defense last
sure.
year.
So I'm
But
interested to see. I honestly think that the the Seahawks are going to do their offense the way they always do, like almost very conservatively, and it's going to be Lynch times 1,000,
right.
and I think the question is like, will conservative offensive play be as successful as, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't
like
either.
as their ability to shut down the Pats offense is what I'm trying to say.
I, I think the thing about last year's game is that the Seahawks were just faster and hopped up on more HGH than the Broncos were.
Oh,
It had nothing to really do.
The Broncos fucked up so bad in the first 10 minutes. I don't think they recovered from it. I think
No,
that's what happened
yeah.
last year. They got themselves into such a hole. You want to talk about somebody who looked shook?
Shook hard. Yes.
Peyton last year was
Yep.
what I can't remember what happened. It was like a safety.
It was the first play of the game. It was a bad snap.
Yeah.
It was downhill from there. As soon as I saw that, I was just like, uh-oh.
Worst Super Bowl ever.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, it was bad. It was bad because I wanted Peyton to win, and I root for Peyton, and I'm so sick of people talking about, oh, Peyton's legacy and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, guys, winning the Super Bowl is really, really hard to do. Not a lot of
Super Bowl's hard, guys.
It's seriously, it's like you almost have to go on the internet and be like, listen, 31 teams every year fail. 31 teams every single year fail to win the Super Bowl. So why is he all of a sudden this? I mean, and even look at Brady. I mean, he's lost 2 Super Bowls now, right? 2. He's 3-2.
Correct.
So it's like Super Bowls aren't easy. Brady's might be one of the best ever, and I mean, he loses them more often than he wins them. No, that's not right. He wins them more often than he loses them, but this is a bad point. Rewind.
Okay.
So last year, the Broncos were just not a good matchup for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But this year, that's the thing. This year, I think the Patriots are a better matchup.
Yes.
But I'm a big believer in when teams get to this level, they're so even. I mean, we could just nitpick every player and this, that, and the other thing. But it comes down to the margins. Just like in the NBA playoffs, I always say it's all about winning in the margins. So who's winning in the margins right now? Well, the Patriots have this crazy distraction that they didn't think would ever be a thing ever, and now it's like the only thing they're getting asked about. And the Seahawks, the only thing they're worried about, Marshawn Lynch, is getting fined a bunch. That's it. It's all they even. There's no pressure.
Fined for this week?
Oh, did he get fined? I don't know. Well, you know what I mean, though. The whole Marshawn Lynch not speaking thing is literally the only thing people are talking about the Seahawks. They have no distractions. They have no pressure.
Yeah.
The Patriots have the weight of 1,000 suns on their back.
Balls.
Right, because if they win, it's like, oh, well, they cheated, and if they lose, it's like, you can't win unless you cheat.
It is, and that is a solid point. Another reason why I don't want the Pats to win is because there's just going to be such a huge fat asterisk on this Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which is silly, if you ask me. As much as I hate the Pats, I think that's a silly thing. But that's something it's the same thing that would have happened if they would have won the year of Spygate.
Right. It's like, oh, well, you guys cheated.
That's an obnoxious conversation. The thing is, if Seattle wins, that conversation ends. So I'm all for that.
Well, I don't really have a dog in the fight. I really could care less who wins. I'm not a Patriots hater. I mean, I actually kind of respect him because in the salary cap era, winning this often and this much is I mean, we're both fans of kind of tortured franchises, except for you, not so much as me. But I mean, we both know what it's like to just have awful teams all the time and never feel like there's any hope at all. And
Yeah.
Patriots fans really don't. I mean, if you're an 18-year-old from Boston, you have no idea what it's like to not have good sports teams all the time in every sport.
Dominant, and it is a great point in the salary cap age for a team to be. If there is a dominant team of the last decade or two, it's for sure the Pats.
This is their
And it
sixth
shouldn't
Super
be.
Bowl.
It shouldn't be because
I mean,
of the design of the system. But
right.
they're
You
dominant.
shouldn't
That's
be able
another
to
reason
do
why
this.
people hate them so much.
I mean, if they were doing this stuff and losing, no one would care. Like, if
No,
they weren't.
I'm saying people hate them because they're the number one.
Oh, right. Right.
Which, by the way, because I have a buddy from Boston, and like the worst thing to tell a Pats fan is people don't like the Pats because they're basically the Yankees of the NFL.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, God. Yeah, I bet they hate that. I mean, even the Red Sox are like that now, though.
Right, yeah.
You know, even they're always good. The Bruins are always good. The Celtics are the Celtics. Like, the Boston sports fans have nothing to complain about ever again. I never want to hear it ever again from them.
Good luck with that.
All right, yeah, you're right. Because they're a bunch of salty. What? Oh, what? Oh, sorry, I got distracted by a stupid text message. I apologize to all our listeners there. A little behind the curtain here at the AWR podcast. So, Megan, let's get our predictions locked in. You go first, or do you want me to go first? Do you still need time? Do you need a second? Do you need me to convince you about my Stone Cold lock prediction?
I don't think I'm going to agree with you because I think it's going to be a lot closer. I think we're looking at 2 possession tops win from the Seahawks.
So it's close till the end, you think?
Well, I mean, or I could see Seattle running away with it and Patriots making a good stab at coming back, but not quite getting there. So I'm thinking I don't know, 31-28, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think wow, 31-20. That's a lot of points. I mean, that's more points than I think is
I think they're both going to be successful. I just think the Seattle's going to be better.
My only thing is I just can't see the Patriots scoring on the Seahawks. I just can't see it. I don't see how it's going to happen. I don't see what person in that receiving core is going to get open against the Seahawks secondary. And at that same token, I don't really see anybody on Seattle getting open against the Seahawks secondary, but Russell Wilson is just the difference. His ability to scramble is just, it changes everything. And I know that's super non-original and kind of stale, but it's just the way I see it going. A lot of Marshawn, a lot of the read option.
Certainly.
And Seahawks, I think the Seahawks run away with this. I just see Richard Sherman returning an interception for a touchdown and then pretending to deflate the football is just too much for me to pass up not predicting to happen. I just think that would be too awesome. So my final score, because I'm right 100% of the time, is Seahawks 25, because it's always a weird score in the Super Bowl. 25-9. 25-9, but it feels bigger than 25-9. Like, it feels like the Seahawks soundly defeat them. Soundly. For reasons that mostly have to do with distractions. Honestly, if all that other nonsense didn't happen, I think this would be one of the better Super Bowls because they're so evenly matched, and they're both really good. But it's too much. It's just too much. It's too much pressure. It's too much everything. I mean, every year we see the team with the least amount of pressure win the Super Bowl. The team that plays with nothing to lose wins all the time. Last year, who had the most to lose? Peyton Manning. And what did he do? What was the year before that? Let's just go through. The Ravens, 49ers, I guess that one doesn't really count. What was the year before that? Giants, Patriots? Who had more to lose?
Patriots.
Right, always. Giants won. Year before that was that the Packers, Steelers?
Packers, Steelers. Yeah.
I guess that one doesn't really count. And neither of them really had much
Would you
lose.
say, then it brings me back, now we've reached my favorite Super Bowl.
All right.
Saints and Colts. Who had more to lose in that game?
The Colts. It's always Peyton. The Saints were playing with. They had all all that positive energy, and Peyton was playing for his legacy. The Saints were playing because they were the Saints, and they were fun, and they had the whole, there was the whole Katrina thing, and all that stuff, and it was all the positive energy was on their side, and all like the gotta do this or my legacy is ruined nonsense was on Peyton's side. Because if the Saints lost, well, it would have been just like, oh, okay, well, we lost to Peyton Manning. Right? I mean, I guess you're kind of in too deep with that to really. I mean, you tell me if I'm wrong.
I would say the argument is the same way around. Like for Peyton, it was like, oh, we lost to the Saints when everyone wanted them to win.
Well, yeah, everyone wanted the Saints to win.
More pressure on the Saints that year. That was also like Peyton had just won 2 years prior.
Still. But he's supposed to be the best, so why doesn't he have like 9 Super Bowl wins? He should win every year.
The Super Bowls
right?
are hard.
Super Bowls are hard. They're hard to win, as it always comes back to.
The real important question is who wins. This is something me and my friends have discussed before.
Okay.
Is who wins the literal bowl? Like if 11 Seahawks are flying around and then 11 Colonial Patriots are battling it out. Who wins?
It's tough to say because the Seahawks can fly, obviously,
right.
But Colonial Patriots have those guns, like in those, the muskets.
But it takes a long time to load those.
Correct.
Depends on how organized these Seahawks are.
Right. How organized they're they fly in formations, so they must, they must have some sort of like communication, right?
Certainly.
So they could just be like, listen, guys, it's going to take them forever to load those guns, so let's wait till they fire, and then once they fire, attack.
And if you've got Pete Carroll coaching these birds.
Oh, well, then they're attacking, and then they're going to steal the bullets. Like, they're going to steal ammo. And But how would the Seahawks kill the Patriots, though? Would they just peck them to death? How would that work?
Yeah.
Or they could have, don't birds have diseases?
Yes. Well, so do Colonial Patriots.
That's true. Yeah, all right. The favorite would have to be the birds, right? Like the favorite would be the birds in Vegas?
You would think it would be man versus bird.
All right, well, if that's the case, I'm taking the Seahawks just because I'm getting the points.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that's a tough one. That is, because if there is like even one marksman and just the other 10 Colonial Patriots decided, all right, we just got to protect, Tom, and Tom is the best shooter,
yeah,
then maybe because they would be able to strategize better. That's tough. That is a good one. That's interesting.
Well, I think the equalizer is that these are hip modern-day Seahawks that are hip to the times of 2015, and they're all Patriots have transported from, 250 years ago.
Right. Okay. So these Seahawks are all hopped up on coffee and
right,
and
they've got iPads.
Right. Okay. I don't know. I go with the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks win.
I do too. This is a good one.
Yeah, that's way better. What would it be last? The birds versus horses? Like birds obviously win that. Horses won't be able to organize themselves.
Oh, we went far back in time with this because you have the boring ones. It's like Giants versus Patriots. Like that's not fair.
The Giants would win.
People are going to win. But then my favorite Super Bowl is Bucks and Raiders, which obviously is a tie.
Ooh, I mean it would be whichever had the better ship captain, right?
Well, no, the way we figured is like they all run out into the field and then they do like the mirror thing where they like move each other's hand, the other moves their hand. And the game.
Well, if we were gonna go,
the only literal bowl that it resulted in a tie.
Well, do you think Saints would be able to talk like just bless horses so much that they would just? I mean, what would happen? The Saints would never win, right? They wouldn't be able to beat anybody.
The Saints would always win.
But
Almost.
why?
No,
They wouldn't fight. They would never fight back.
that's true.
They would just be like, "Take me to heaven," and just
But
get on their
they're-
knees and pray,
They're
right?
already saints, so they can't die. So
They would also probably have Jesus on their side.
exactly.
What about? This is great. I love this conversation. I want to just talk about this the entire time. I just want to go through different. All right, who would win in the literal matchup of Bears versus Packers? So it would be just a bunch of men working in
Right.
factory workers versus grizzly bears. Yeah, absolutely. The Bears win that. I can't wait to just use that for the rest of my life. That's great. This is great.
Trying to support their families, and then bears run out on the field. And you're like, whoa!
Making $10.95 an hour, just sweaty, just coming home. We're all wearing boots.
And it's Wisconsin, so they're not even allowed to unionize. Like,
Right, they all have coats
they
on.
hate everything.
Eh,
They're just trying to put in their 9 to 5, get home to their
Right.
families, and then
Get
bears
home,
maul them.
eat some steak and some mashed potatoes, drink a beer, and then go to bed and do it all the next day.
Yep.
Plus, they all probably hate life, so they're all probably like, fine, I don't care, just kill me, Bears. This is great. This is a wonderful. I'm going to use this as a conversation point for the rest of my life
Good.
in every sporting matchup
Yeah,
forever.
transfers over to every sport. Yeah.
So what? So would the Bulls beat? Well, okay. Well, what would the Lakers? So the Lakers wouldn't beat anybody, right? Because you would just stay at the edge of the water and just not go in.
Exactly.
Maybe they could cause like huge tide shifts and just suck you in, though.
Well, it depends on how deep is this lake. Because can the Bulls get to the Laker?
Well, what's the deepest lake in Los Angeles?
I don't believe there is.
There's none. All right. Lakers Clippers would be interesting because I'm not sure. Like, what are the clip? Are they? Is that just like a pair of scissors? Like, would it just be a pair of scissors versus a lake?
Those rules, I guess they could throw their shears at the Lakers and win that way.
No, the Lakers would win because the scissors would just sink to the bottom.
Yeah.
This is fun. All right, let's get back to to the point at hand. Let's get to the fun stuff. I got some prop bets to throw at you, but we're not doing like who has more yards, Marshawn Lynch or Gronkowski. I don't know who that was. That was the fictional person. Yeah, right. Okay, this one. Start off simple. Start off with something we all know. Gatorade color. Let me go through the odds with you. Orange is 3-2. Yellow 5-2. Clear/water is 3-1. Red is 15-2. Blue is 15-2. And green 10-1.
Here's the dark horse in that. I think it's blue because blue is a team color for both teams. People are forgetting that.
15-2 odds is decent on 2.
Yeah.
My question about this: are Gatorade employees allowed to place bets on this? Like, why wouldn't the guy who provides the Gatorade, who knows what's going there, put his entire life savings on the color and just double, like if he knew it was green, 10-1, and he had $30,000 in life savings saved up, and just threw it all on green, why doesn't that,
That's a solid point, but if with two coaches as crazy as Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick, if you don't think that they actually are in control of that, then you've lost your mind.
What do you mean? Belichick doesn't even know how much air is in the football. So how is he going to know what Gatorade he's drinking?
Ask Tom about the Gatorade.
Yeah, ask Tom about the Gatorade. I don't know. Ask Tom. I don't pay attention to the Gatorade. All right. So I'm gonna go with green just because I'm getting 10-1 odds on that. That's legit.
Crazy.
I'm not. That's fine. We'll see. We'll see on Sunday.
I'm gonna say yellow because isn't orange better odds?
Orange is the favorite at 3-2.
Ugh.
You're not getting good odds on that at
yellow.
all.
Gotta go yellow.
That's even okay. All right. How many times is Giselle shown on TV? Over under is 1.5.
Oh, over.
Really?
Over.
Well, there's always the chance that she's sitting somewhere that the cameras can't see.
She's gonna be up in a box. They'll.
All right. Yeah, I think so too. I know. I also agree with the over, especially if Tom's struggling. Oh, they're gonna go to her. Like, oh yeah. All right, this one's good. Bill Belichick hoodie type. Sleeves intact, you get even odds, and then the sleeves cut off is minus 140.
Oh.
It's in Arizona.
In Arizona, no sleeves.
Yeah, but you know what though? It's gonna be a little like, rainy. It's gonna be drizzly that day, so maybe he goes sleeves.
To be in Arizona?
Yeah, I think it's like raining there now. I thought that's what I heard.
That's like a really dry climate.
No, I think that's just the song by Blind Melon that you're thinking of.
Oh, right.
All I can say is that my life is really plain.
I thought that song was about everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, just Arizona. Plus, I think after all this air in the football nonsense, that he might just try to class it up. Like maybe he wears a suit, just throws everybody in. Just like a prom tux, like a blue vest.
Just like the shirt.
Yeah. Okay. Will Adele Dazeem, as John Travolta likes to call her, that was what it was. It was Adele Dazeem. That's what he called her. Ah. And her real name is Adina Menzel. Did I pronounce that right? Okay. So. Will Adina Menzel forget or omit at least one word of the national anthem? Yes is 4-1 odds. No is the heavy favorite at 1-6 odds.
I'm gonna say no.
I agree. I think
she's like
figure this out.
She's a Broadway broad.
All right. What are the odds you think if I gave you 3-1 odds that she just busts out with "Let It Go" instead of the national anthem? Oh, say "Let it go, let it go," and just like dancers come down the stands, like fireworks go off.
Gronk would love it.
He like comes out and grabs the mic.
He spikes Adele Dazeem, and then
just
everyone
rolls her up into a ball and just
everyone just awkwardly tiptoes away.
The game is canceled, ladies and gentlemen. Please drive home safe. All right. Speaking of fireworks, which song will Katy Perry perform first at halftime?
Who let the dogs out?
Well, possible, but also possible she does one of her songs, such as "Firework" at 3-2 odds, "Roar" 3-2 odds. "This Is How We Do," which I always thought was by Montel Jordan, but apparently there's a Katy Perry song with the same title. Right. Although, if these are odds because they know Montel Jordan is coming out to perform with her, that would be ideal. Could you imagine? What if we're sitting around next year, like during the season, and they just announce Montel Jordan will be performing at halftime of the 2016?
Oh.
Do you think he would just do that song over and over again? I sure hope so.
Of course.
Anyways,
he's got
Dark
more
Horse
songs than that.
There is none of them else. No, they all don't matter though. That's the point. Dark Horse at 12-1. Okay.
That's a good one.
Hey. E.T. 12-1. Wide Awake 12-1. Last Friday night 14-1.
She's doing Firework last. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah, I don't know. She's not gonna open with Firework.
That's like her anthem.
Here,
like everybody on your feet and feel good about yourself.
And then James Franco comes out and sings it with her. And the real Kim Jong-un comes out and sings it too.
Because I don't want to talk about Katy Perry anymore. So she starts with Roar, ends with Firework. That's what I'm yelling.
Here's a dark horse. Waking Up in Vegas is 20-1. They start with a montage of Gronk partying. And then they just show him just passed out, laying down on stage. And she comes out. That's what you get for waking up in Vegas. Goes into it. Is that not? That's not one. That's not a thing. You don't think that's possible?
I don't think it's gonna happen.
All right. So what are you going
What
with
if
then?
she gets up there? She's got a sparkly brassiere on,
Okay.
got her hair big, and then she just starts singing, "Who let the dogs out?"
Who did it do? And then there's the whole place. The party was right, the party was jumping. Aye.
And then she says, "Thank you, good night."
How much
What are
will
the
we?
odds
Can
of
we
that?
make? I think it's at 28-1. Let me check.
That's good odds. I'll take it.
28-1. Yeah, right. Throw $20 on that. All right. This is the last one. This one was my favorite because it's actually kind of interesting. Is Russell Wilson pass yards? Which will be higher? Russell Wilson pass yards or the United States average gas price on Monday? Russell Wilson pass yards is a 15.5-point favorite.
Ooh.
15.5-point favorite.
What is I don't drive. What's the gas price right now?
I mean, in the suburbs, like if you're out of Cook County, you're getting it for like $1.97.
Ooh, that's a good one. Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah, right. And Russell Wilson's, you're getting 15.5 if you take.
I'm gonna say under.
So you're saying the gas prices are more?
If we're in the ballpark of, is he gonna hit 200? Basically, is the question. I'm gonna say
Like,
under.
but I don't know I don't know the U.S. average. I'd say the U.S. average is around 2. So over basically. I don't know. That's tough because also what if Obama puts money on that and then raises the gas prices $2 on Monday?
Have control of that, Fox News.
What? He doesn't?
Oh, raise the gas prices.
Oh.
He has a button under his desk that's raised and lower.
It controls. He's got a little like knob right next
Poor
to it.
schlubs are just at these,
Right.
7-Elevens having to go out there and like, the president said.
There's like a blinking red light in the back of every gas station.
Right.
It sends like a message like comes up on the screen. You must raise your gas price. That's a bad Obama impression right there. You must raise your gas prices $2.
Let me make this click.
Change. It's something we can believe in, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
I wish you were caught up on the challenge so we could talk about that. You really need to get on that. Also, have you been watching The Real World at all this season?
Not at all. I have not watched The Real World since like Real World Louisville, Kentucky. What year was that?
They had a job at a bat making factory.
Real World Salem, like back from the 1700s.
Real World Salem.
That was
The women were treated so unfairly on that show.
So sexist.
It's unbelievable. No, but the reason I bring this up, and this is dead serious. This is like as serious as anything could possibly get. This is the GOAT season of The Real World.
That's a bold.
No, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It starts off a little rocky. Like you're like, what's wrong with these people? Why are they the way they are? I'm telling you, dude. Last night was the greatest episode of reality television I've ever seen in my entire life. Ever. It was insane.
Are you saying I should stop catching up on The Good Wife?
Yeah. Yes. Halt your plans immediately. I have them all on DVR still, so if you want to come over, even when no one's here, that's fine. You can watch them all. I'm telling you right now, last night watching that episode was similar to watching LeBron in that Game 6 versus the Celtics, where he had like 46 points, 19 rebounds. Like it was Pantheon levels. It was like a 15-minute stretch where everything that happens, everything that a reality TV producer wants to happen when they cast and come up with the idea for a show, everything they want to happen happens within like 15 minutes of each other. It's just an insanity. Insanity, bro. I'm telling you. Check it out. For all those that are listening and you haven't watched a reality TV show ever, watch this season of The Real World. Maybe you'll like it, because I'm telling you, it is the best I've ever seen.
And also, The Good Wife. Wednesdays. On CBS. Wednesdays? I don't know.
You catch up on DVR the next week, right? You're that guy with the Sure. Well, thank you for listening. This has been fun. Remember, watch The Good Wife, and Maybe we'll get back on next week and talk about the game. What we saw and go through. Hold on. Yeah, we'll go through it. We'll got it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
Like,
as always. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm pressuring you in front of a live studio audience.
I'm busy.
No, you're not. I literally can look up your work schedule on my phone, so I don't want to hear about it from you. I know exactly when you work, what days, and what time you start. Okay, you're not getting away from me, buddy. As always, thank you for listening. Follow us on Twitter at AWR Podcast, and go Cubs, right? Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.
There you go. Look at you.